What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement, still moving. Subscriber died trying. You see the thumbnail. When it comes to black men, here's the whataboutisms, right? I'm going to wind up doing a live about this, so you'll see the live before you see this. I'm listening to the radio, and they're talking about Michael Jordan and hugging Mary J. Blige. And then it's a Ricky Smiley morning show, and the guy, Gary, he's just reaching. That could be assault. That could be sexual assault. She could get a case and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm sitting there like, man, this is the problem. When it comes to heterosexual black men, y'all throw a bunch of what ifs to make a scenario exist that doesn't exist, because ultimately you're no different than this is your form of white supremacy. You get what I'm saying? So, I'm hearing ladies talk online about, what went on in relationships of the past, with black men that they weren't involved with in a time period they didn't even live in. And it's this, well, we're this way now because of the what if-ism. Like, what if your grandfather or great-great-grandfather or great-grandfather was doing this because he was probably this type of person, and he did, and I knew, and she responded such in kind, and then she told you this because what about, he probably did this, or might have did this, or could have possibly done this. So all of this stuff hypothetically makes sense in my fantasy world mind. And it's like, how about we just live in reality, man? How about you actually talk to these people and find out what was really going on since you're an adult, instead of making up a what-if scenario to make your point of view valid in your mind, because there's nobody to question anything you have said. And more so, there's nobody else to question your, if what you said was true or not. You got these scenarios where people come to find out that, in life, not just in people have been exonerated because of people's lives. And I'm not talking about just crime. I'm talking about all across the board in life. Because with black men, you can always throw a charge against a wall that could stick, because somebody has to believe a what-if-ism, And now you're seeing people get cleared for things, but the people who put them in that box are like, well, okay, I was wrong, but what if I was right just about the wrong person, but there's another black guy somewhere around there that probably fit the description of what I was talking about. So even though I possibly ruined this black man's life, that's okay, because it's another black man that probably was free the whole time. That balanced it out. See, that one hand washes the other. So he should have paid for this guy's sins, who we don't even know if that's another black guy anyways, but we got to put the what if isms in there. That's how, Martin Luther King was somehow cheating on Coretta Scott King, because of a scene in a Malcolm X movie, or other scenes in other TV shows or movie adaptations of what was going on in that time. Not anything that they were saying. Really just comes from movies. What if that's how Malcolm X wound up, people tried to throw the he was a homosexual thing. What if isms? This is how you get these people, when it comes to hip hop. Now all of a sudden Jamaicans invented hip hop because of Kool Herc. So you mean to tell me Kool Herc is Jamaican? And he's a black man, but in America, let's get this right. We weren't throwing block parties. We didn't have microphones. We didn't do DJs. We didn't do MCs. We didn't do none of that before Kool Herc. He was just the first person. And even though he was doing the same thing that everybody else was doing in the neighborhood, he just probably did it better at that time. Everybody else didn't exist. Because since it's black men, and using that as a FBA or ADOS thing, since it's something that was created by black men, somebody who's not a black American could come in and what What really happened was somebody who wasn't, foundational Black American or ADS did it. See, y'all really didn't invent anything. And even though there was black men who were rapping prior to that, and they were even trying it on wax and on records prior to that, decades before that, it was just something that was, spotty, but we got to play this game, like the killer is the maybe you want a guy who got his life together, but what if he's a bad person? He might make money and have a good job and be responsible. What if he's an abusive, child harming predator who fights pit bulls in an underground operation, but he goes to church? He might not be a good guy. And it's like, come on, man, we're gonna what if everything to death, huh? So, to me, it's stupid, but a lot of people just aren't living in reality, so it's par for the course. But I'm going to get more in depth and address this in the live. So like, share, subscribe, or die. Try and catch you on the next one. Peace.